Hi, it's Mark with Alaska Boys, and tonight we are going out moose hunting. We're flying out, gonna be camping out for a couple days, hunting for moose. We are flying out to a remote lake and hunting moose with my father, and so we're taking everything we're gonna need for a couple days to be in the backcountry. Whoa, you stepped on the floats, don't fall in. Tent, food, water here. So we're flying out in a float plane, a plane with 2 pontoons and a 4-passenger plane, just the 2 of us out there. And we'll be landing on a kind of a swamp lake sort of thing, hunting for moose, bull moose if they're the right size, and we have a cow tag as well. So yeah, this plane was built in the 80s and it's actually one of the newer planes out here. There's a lot of these planes are super old. As old as 70 or 80 years old, every year getting rebuilt and worked on and repaired. Hey Dad, we need a Phillips screwdriver. One of the cowling screws is loose over here. All right, I gotta climb in here. I'll be flying us up today and get everything ready. Okay, what is it gonna be? 120, did you say 118? All right, we made it. We're in moose country. Now we just got to tie this thing up, set up camp. So according to Alaska state hunting laws, you can't hunt the same day you've been flying. So we're going to set up our camp and get ready to go hunting in the morning. I'm down here getting ready to unload the plane and bring all our stuff for camp, but looking out here across the lake, all of these lily pads, all the flowers and the tops have been eaten off. And that's a sure sign that moose have been in the area. So that's good. You know, if we could find one down here by the lake in the morning, that'd be fantastic. We don't have to pack it anywhere. We can. So keep your eyes open. Let's find one close to camp. All right, we got the tent set up. It's always tricky with the rain coming down. Trying to keep everything dry here is an important thing. Of course, the rain stopped after the tent set up, but you know how that goes. And I go to bed. I'm afraid to start looking around because I don't want to see anything. Tomorrow morning is when we can legally start hunting, so we'll get some rest and get after it in the morning. Well, it rained all night, but time to get after it. Go get a moose. Well, it's about 7:15 in the morning, and normally we get a little earlier start than this, but it's just howling wind and rain all night, and kind of having a hard time getting out of the tent this morning. Had our breakfast in the tent since it was raining so hard, and so now we're just getting boots on and gonna head out, look for moose. Bugs are awful. I'm gonna have to get some bug spray on. Well, before we go hiking way off through the woods to some meadows and stuff, I'm gonna spend some time glassing really hard around here, see if we can get anything close to camp, so we don't have to pack it a long ways. Well, we're not seeing anything in here close, so we're gonna have to walk through the forest, and it can be pretty tricky. Sometimes you only see them 40, 50 yards ahead of you, and it can be really quick, fast action, which can be tricky, but that's kind of the option we got since we're not seeing them right now. So I'll load up and head out and see if we can find something in the forest. Here's the sign. You can see moose hair. And then all right here. So behind me there's would have been some moose been bedding down. Along this trail we're following, there's a bunch of moose hairs right here. So good sign. Okay, we've hiked about a mile through the woods and got to a clearing where I'm hoping that we can see some moose here. It's really raining hard, so we're just kind of sitting and hunkering down for a bit and seeing if we can see anything. We've been working our way around this meadow for a while, looking for sign. Below me I got, it's about the 4th or 5th really fresh pile of moose scat. But we haven't seen any moose yet. We're just slowly working our way. And it's cold and it's rain. And hopefully that makes the moose be a little more comfortable walking around. I don't know. We've been out here in the rain for almost 4 hours, and honestly we're getting kind of cold, a little bit miserable. So we're walking around a bit, trying to kind of warm up and see if we can find another spot to glass from. There's definitely a sign around, but I don't know if all this rain, maybe it's keeping them from moving around. Just gotta keep up the hope, I guess. It's really hot. Here's your brew. It's 2 packets.
We're just sharing a common cup.
Yeah, we're just sharing it. Swamp, boiled swamp water. It's gonna be hot. It's boiling. All right, after having a snack, my dad's gonna stay here and watch this area. I'm gonna go do a walkabout, see if I can find any moose that are out wandering around outside of this area. Come back if nothing happens. Come back in a couple hours, but if I hear shooting, I'll come to him. If he hears shooting, he'll come to me. All right, make something happen. So it's been an hour since I left my dad, and it's just been raining nonstop. It is just wet. I was walking along and I found these old antlers. Look at that. It's pretty cool. So much water out here right now. I walked a long way. I went all the way up to that clearing. I went left all the way so I could look down to the river. So it's 6 o'clock. We've been out here for about 11 hours hunting, and haven't seen a single moose. So trying to keep that, seeing lots of sign, and the weather's just awful though. Well, I just went for a walkabout looking for a moose and didn't see any, but I found this. Is called lion's mane. It's a delicious edible mushroom mousse. When we get back to camp, we're gonna cook up this mushroom and mix it in with some of our other stuff that we have. And that'll be our treat for tonight. You know, it's probably gonna rain more as it gets colder. I don't know, in the evening. I'm not sure. I wonder if there's gonna be an evening rush with them coming out, or I guess depends on how long we can last without getting ourselves wore out. Well, we are beat. It's 8 o'clock at night. We have been out for 13 hours hunting. Finally made it back to camp. And we're hungry and wet. So it's gonna feel good to get some food. Wouldn't it be ironic if we saw a moose right here when we get back? All right, we're making a freeze-dried beef stroganoff, but we're gonna add some of these mushrooms that I found today in the pot, and should take it up a big notch. Wish we had some moose meat to stick in there, but you know, do what you can. Okay. Oh man. Oh wow. That is some good stuff. Oh wow, it's hot. Alright, I gotta seal that up. I don't know if this thing's gonna seal, Dad. I'm supposed to seal this. Ooh, that is hot. Ooh, that's hot. This mountain house, let it cook, but I added so much extra stuff it may not close. That's okay. All right, hard to tell here in the dark tent, but we're gonna give it a shot. Oh wow, that's nice. No, I didn't. That's better. What a day. Just being out of the rain feels good after being out in the rain all day. So here's a piece of that lion's mane right here. Kind of a chunk here.
That too.
Is that a noodle? That might be a noodle, Dad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah.
People will just fill a whole skillet with it, with like butter and a little seasoned salt, and then cook it up. Well, hopefully you hear gunshots.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Dad. Man, it is dark in this thing. All right, here we go again. My dad was feeling a little bit wore out after yesterday, which I don't blame him. 13 hours in the rain, and he's gonna stay at camp and rest for the morning, and we'll kind of see what happens. I'm gonna go out and walk around and see if I can find a moose. I really was hoping that I could get one when I was out with my dad, because I don't know how many more years we'll be able to hunt together. So this morning I decided to hunt a little bit different area than we did the other day. I'm going way down the lake and back in on some other trails, see if we can find a moose, because where we were yesterday they just weren't. So I'm gonna do a big loop. I've been hiking for about an hour, and I'm seeing some sign, but really not that much. Not nearly as much as where I was yesterday. So I'm gonna start working my way back around that way. I'll probably come 1.5 miles or so. We'll see, hopefully get back into where there's a little bit more sign. These are wild cranberries. They're a really good little snack. All right, been out here for a couple hours. We're still looking and looking and not seeing any moose. But what I do see on the tree over there, right behind me, I don't know if you can see it, it's some lion's mane mushroom growing up high, so I'm pretty excited about that. Let's go over and see if we can get it down. It looks like it's kind of high. I might have to use a stick or something. I got it. This is called lion's mane or hericium. It is very, very, very delicious. It's edible. So, you know, I've been looking for actually 1.5 years or so for this, and I never really have found very many. And on this trip, this is the third one I found. The first one was too high. I couldn't get it. Pretty cool. It looks kind of funny, not like a traditional mushroom at all, but definitely it's a fungus, and it smells good and tastes delicious. I came to another spot glassing, and I found something up in the tree. There's another huge hericium or lion's mane mushroom. This one's like 25-30 feet up, so we'll see if we can get it down. I don't know. This one is huge. It's really high though, so I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find something to knock it down. Massive. It's like the size of a basketball. Oh, it smells so good. Here's that smaller one. Mosquito. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, that's a big score. That's going in the backpack. Well, this mushroom, I saw it all the way across the swamp. Decided, well, I'll come investigate. I was hoping at least on the way I'd see a moose, but no moose. I'm gonna have a whole backpack full of this stuff. Oh my gosh, this thing weighs like 7 pounds. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. That's crazy. I gotta figure out. Okay, I was able to strap this thing on the back. I don't know how well that'll fare, but that's kind of my only option. I'm back in the forest. Hoping to jump into something. Oh man, I'm tuckered. I made a big walk. I didn't bring back a moose, but I brought home the next best thing, I guess. 20 pounds of mushrooms. Well, I was hoping to use these game bags for meat, but we're gonna have to we're using them to put the mushrooms to take them home.
I think I've got everything out of the inside.
It's like, yeah, You have to worry about this making your game bag bloody on this one. This fungus. Well, it's the last chance for a moose to jump out across the lake. Holy smokes, what a beautiful change in weather. Sadly, it's happening right when we're leaving, but that's a good thing because, I mean, for 36 hours we couldn't have left here if we'd wanted to because the weather is so bad with the rain. Well, sometimes trips end with hauling game meats back to the house and lots of work processing this one, and then with just taking a big bag of mushrooms. Thanks for coming along on this hunting adventure, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, we are back home. I am cooking up some of that lion's mane. So this is one heaping skillet. I already cooked one of these, and then I still have this much stuff left. And so I decided just to preserve it. I'm just cooking it all up, and we're gonna save it and freeze it for when we want to use it later in the future.
I tried a little bit of it.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Good.
This stuff has the most interesting texture. I almost would compare it to, like, this part looks like fly eggs, but almost like cauliflower. You can break it open, all these pieces, but it's delicious. We're cooking this up. There's a lot of liquid coming out of these mushrooms. And so I'm just trying to cook them until kind of the liquid is gone and these are softened. All right, so now we got these cooked up, and you can pull out, it's almost like, looks like pieces of shredded chicken here. And there's a really mild, just light taste. I have a little bit of seasoned salt in it. It's great. And we're gonna save these and freeze it and pull it out for cooking whenever we need mushrooms. So we've made 24 of these little cups full of cooked mushrooms, and those are gonna go in the freezer and come out when we're ready to cook.